don't have a frisbee next to me. I don't think.
No, on this damn profile, YouTube thing you sent out.
Well, it's probably a basketball. I have a basketball and a football.
Damn, you already got somebody sitting there waiting on you.
You ready? Let's hit this live, man. Go live. You ready?
Let's do it, dude. Let's go live. Are you live on Facebook yet?
It's going. Give it a second. Peace. Live video is starting. Come on. Come on, Facebook. There we go. It's live. It's going. We're at 863 Sports Buzz. I'm Marshentime. That's Donnie, man. We got to do our Drain the Lakes tonight. We got to do a lot of things to talk about. We're not talking about our TikTok because that was horrible. Don't go watch it because that was really bad. So don't even bring it up. We're not going to talk about it. Donnie, how you feeling, buddy?
We got the national championship tonight. That's what I want to lead off with right now. Purdue was very impressive. Do you think Purdue has a shot at winning this against UConn? Because UConn's just blowing people out, man. What is the real chance? If I had to go with a Hard Rock locket of the night, man, I'm taking Purdue plus the points.
Yeah, the way Purdue's been playing, I mean, they're still in there, man. They
have 7-4 Zach Edey, man.
So,
that guy's pretty good.
I mean, he played the whole game last time. He said, "Man, I can play a whole nother game. I'm ready to go."
He's ready to go.
Wow!
And they knock down shots. They knock down important shots. I give Purdue a hell of a chance, even though UConn. I mean, as long as they are in the paint, Marshentime, they look pretty good.
Always, and they always will look good. UConn is just one of those teams that has always been good, and they always will be. I mean, that's just them. UConn is UConn. You have the coaches who have always been good, and UConn won 2 years ago, I think, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Well, last year.
Was it last year?
They're looking for a back-to-back right now.
That's right. So UConn is known for that team.
Yeah,
can they do the back-to-back? I don't know, man. Purdue is pretty dangerous. So Purdue got shocked a little bit last year, so I think they got shell-shocked, and I think they're ready.
Yeah, got knocked out in the round by a 16th seed in the first round. In the first round. So that was kind of unusual right there when it comes to a Purdue, especially a Big Ten. that conference, for a couple of years,
looking for a championship. By the way,
they are 100%. They are. They could set history right here tonight.
Because Iowa was trying it. They ended up losing, which Caitlin Clark still had, a pretty good game still.
Mm-hmm.
But that sophomore that guarded her played very well all game after the first quarter. So
he did. And you know what? And you know what? UConn hung in that game. Iowa played a heck of a game when they went head to head like that. Paige Beckers, man, she did a phenomenal job. It was not her fault because the screen was set the way it was at the end of the game. That was a foul. I don't care what anybody says.
It was
100%. You don't do that when the game's screen. When the game's on the line. That, and I mean, she threw an elbow to the neck. I mean, you can't really, discount that neither. So that was a heck of a ball game right there, and I expect to see a lot more of that one. Now, you're coming to undefeated South Carolina, Marshentime. They got a test ahead of them right now. Now, they're going to what are they going to do? What are they going to shut down Caitlin Clark, make everybody else beat them?
Donnie Mac, you're like a day late, buddy. You're a day late.
Well, I know. South
Carolina won last night.
I'm saying, I mean, when they go into this matchup, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? As far as Caitlin Clark and Iowa goes, they did exactly what they had to do. I mean, and it didn't work out for them. I mean, when you're looking at
put everything into her heart. I mean, she had a great college career. Her college career is done. She didn't get the national championship, but she changed women's college basketball. It was 89% higher ratings, man.
Almost single-handedly. Yeah, I didn't
it's mean crazy.
I don't think that well, it was a back-to-back for Gino too. I mean, and UConn women's. I mean, that was the back-to-back. I mean, I don't know exactly what the future might hold for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and these girls going to the WNBA, but one thing for a fact, Marshentime, they made women's basketball a lot more popular.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something. That girl can shoot anywhere on the court. Do not count her out for missing that shot, man. I'm telling you, she can make a shot. She can make it over most guys, most anything. Don't count her out. I want to see her next year in the 3-point contest against like whoever our best NBA men's is.
Well, they
I
were
think
talking
she
about
has a
doing
chance of
that.
winning it, man.
They were already talking about doing that,
100%.
throwing her into that 3-point contest along with Steph and the other girl. I forget her name now, but she's a hell of a shooter. I mean, when it came down to the last
I must say she
rack,
almost beat Steph.
yeah, it came down to the last rack. So I that would be very intriguing to see Caitlin Clark in that shootout too.
Yeah, I'm
It
in.
would be.
I'm ready to watch
These
it, man.
girls, and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they're both going to carry that friction, that head to head. It's going to carry over to the WNBA,
Well,
and all the fans are going to go with it. I mean,
I hope
12
so.
and a half million viewers. They set an all time record for women's when they went head to head this year
Hmm.
because of last year's clash. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
last
I'm excited,
year's.
and you still got Juju Watkins and these girls coming up in the NCAA too. So I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, but don't get me wrong. Caitlin Clark is a once in a lifetime where
Yeah.
that girl was just built different. She could score from anywhere on the court. She did it over and over and over again, and she proved something to the WNBA that hey, I'm coming in. I'm going to be ready. And she proved to everybody that she could do just as good as most men can.
Yeah, she's
So
undoubtedly,
she's
yeah.
better than some of the NBA players right in the league right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Undoubtedly, she's the best pure shooter we've seen since Steph Curry. She is. I
100%,
mean, she
hundred
does
percent.
not hesitate. She does not hesitate. She'll pull up for that 35, 40-foot
Yep,
three and knock it down with confidence. So
and
when
bury
you're
it. Yeah,
talking about pure shooting, that's what Steph does. That's what she does. They have no complex to taking any shot on that side of the court.
no, 100%. And I mean, I wish her well in the WNBA. I want to see her
Yeah,
do
me
well,
too.
and I want to see where she goes, man. I'm gonna start watching some more WNBA stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to watch, especially after Vegas repeating last year. Liberty didn't get their championship. Now there's a few teams at stake. Last time I was looking at Angel Reese was looking to go a little bit ahead of Caitlin just because of the way the draft was going, but that doesn't mean anything. That does not mean
No,
anything. Teams can move. They can do other things,
hundred
and
percent.
I fully expect to see her go in the top two.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%. She doesn't. I'm just gonna be shocked. So I
Yeah, I would be too.
mean,
I would
but
be
hey,
too.
you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna enjoy. We enjoyed it already. Caitlin Clark, congratulations on an amazing career,
Amazing career. Yep,
and I'm glad you
absolutely
brought it
one
in.
hundred percent.
I love watching you shoot. So that's all I gotta say about that one. Donnie Mac,
Epic.
what's the next thing we want
Ep,
to do? We want to talk about
ep,
tonight's game though? Really, like in depth. We got to give our
uh,
picks at least.
well, I'm taking Purdue
Are you
with
taking
the
Purdue to win
points.
or the points? I want to
I'm
know who
taking them
wins the
with the
game.
points. Listen, I'm taking Purdue to win this too. I think they
Okay.
can do it. They have the squad to do it. They would not be in this matchup right now if they were not good enough to be here. We watched it throughout the tournament. You see what they did with DJ Burns, a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
They have no plight neither. They're not afraid of anybody. They're going to bring the heat.
No, I mean that is 100% true. They did shut down DJ
Hmm.
Burns. UConn's a little different though.
They are.
UConn is
They
built a
are
little bit
very
different than
athletic.
NC State, man.
Athletic. Very athletic.
I'm worried if Purdue can hang with them. I think they can. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I would take Purdue with the points, but I see UConn winning back to back, man.
You like UConn, huh?
UConn winning
Huskies
back to
are
back.
undoubtedly a good organization, and you know what? Their starting five is probably the best starting five in NCAA.
No, 100%. It's not even
Uh,
close right now, I don't
their
think.
center is probably number two or three in the country. So they've
Yeah.
got really really good. And the best thing about UConn is they play defense. That's why I like Purdue. They can buckle down on the perimeter. They're very good at it and force it into the inside. Zach Edey is next to none when it comes to defense in that paint. I like them. I like them a lot.
Hey, it's going to be a good game. We're going to be excited to watch it. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch the championship game, man. I'm kind of excited. I watched last night's game. I'm ready to watch tonight's game. So let's see what happens. We're all, of course,
How about
always
the
against each other. So that seems
How
how it
about the
always
girl in the
be.
middle for South Carolina, man? She is
Oh
so
man,
dominant. She
dude,
is so
South
dominant.
Carolina was so strong.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations for them to get the national championship. And that girl that shut down Caitlin Clark too, and later on in the game, sophomore, she came out and made it look good. She played
Yeah, she
really
did.
tough defense on Caitlin Clark, made every shot for her tough. It was just perfect. I mean, you're never going to stop Caitlin Clark. You have to slow her down. You have to make her work for everything.
That's
She
all you
did,
can do.
and that was awesome. That was good to watch too.
100%. That's all you can do. And South Carolina completed their undefeated season too, Marshentime.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Yep.
listen, they were no slouches, so I will put up a fight. They tried everything they could. They just couldn't get enough into it.
So yeah, baseball. Let's move on to baseball. We're
Moves on to
kicking
baseball.
around baseball
Actually,
for a few
before we
minutes.
go on to baseball, what do you think of John Calipari moving from Kentucky to
I
go
know.
to Arkansas
Man, you told me
on a
that early on
5-year
this
deal?
afternoon, and I had no idea on a 5-year deal. That could have been money. Maybe he's looking for a change. After a first round put out of the tournament this year, that was kind of embarrassing for him.
Mhm.
Maybe they didn't leave him a choice. Maybe that's why he took off and he went ahead and took the first go getter and signed that contract. Maybe Kentucky was putting the pressure on and telling him, "Look, that's unexceptable for Kentucky." Or yeah,
So
maybe who
do you
knows?
think it's going to
Well,
be a
how
good
do I?
move by
How
Kentucky?
I do. Their transfer portal is wide open. These
Okay.
kids can now go wherever they want to go. And in a name like that, going to a program like that, they're still in the same SEC conference.
Yeah.
And they're going to still have the same, basically the same region. So he owns that region as far as recruiting for the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say it's a bad move on the outside looking in. It's kind of weird. I'd like to know what happened, but I can't say it's a bad move. He's going to get those transfers. He's going to get those players.
I mean, exactly. This guy's a Hall of Fame coach in Kentucky. Just,
That's it.
I mean, I don't know if there was a rift there that we didn't know about.
There is. There
There has to be,
undoubtedly
man. I
is.
mean, John Calipari is one of the head. Him and all who was
Duke.
in North Carolina? Duke. Thank you. Duke and
Yeah.
Coach
No.
K and
Coach
old North
K.
Carolina coach. I can't
I
remember his
can't
name
remember
now.
his
Oh man, it's killing me.
name.
But those guys were the legends of college basketball. And
Oh yeah.
Coach K is
Yeah. I
pretty much
mean,
gone.
that's all. That's almost like when you're talking about NCAA football. You're talking about Coach Bowden, Bobby Bowden. You're
Hundred
talking
percent.
about 100%. Oh, Saban, Nick Saban. He's a legend now in
Oh, I
college.
hate that.
When you're
Oh,
hey,
sorry.
it is what it is. When you've done what he's done and you have
That
the
is true.
resume
It
that
is
he
true.
has, it is. You go down as a legend
Yeah.
in college football,
You want
and
to bring in older ones like
undoubtedly
Lou Holtz, even,
Lou
yes.
Holtz. Yeah, I mean Lou Holtz, great Notre Dame head
Mm-hmm.
coach. So yeah, you can go on and on when you're talking about
So that was just kind
championship
of crazy, for me.
winning
For him
coach.
just
It
leaving
is.
like
It's
that,
different. It's
it
different.
shocked me. And, I wanted to see what you thought about it. But let's move on to
I think that
baseball,
first round
you
exit
know.
had something to do with that.
And I don't know if I like my baseball right now because my Miami Marlins are looking absolutely horrible. 1-9. We finally got our first win, at least against the Cardinals. Woohoo! Oh, I'm a little bit hurt though about everything else because it has been a struggle for the Miami Marlins bullpen.
Boy, the rookie Rafaela for the Boston Red Sox signed an 8-year extension. Wow, that's
Really?
huge. $50 million contract extension.
Hey, I want to talk about that
That's
Houston
pretty.
Astros pitcher though. Throws a no hitter,
Oh
and
yeah.
then his second start or his ninth start in the MLB, he goes 6 innings for a no hitter. This guy, man, wow. Houston Astros, I think, have found their new ace, man. I'm telling you, he's looking crazy.
Looks like Garrett Cole's on his way back for the Yankees, guys. That's a
Yeah, I've
positive
seen
for
that.
them. They're hitting the ball really well right now, so that's a big positive for them.
Spencer Strider's
Totally
out there for
eclipsed
the Braves.
at the park for the Guardians and White Sox. Takes in you have to see a clip of this. If you're a baseball fan, you got to go check it out. It's pretty cool. Some of the pictures that they listed on MLB, that's pretty awesome. But what I really want to talk about right now is power rankings. Marshentime, do you still
Ooh,
feel the same about the same teams going into the playoffs last year? The Orioles, they look kind of mediocre right now.
they do.
You
They
had a
do.
couple teams start off hot. The Yanks started
Mm-hmm.
off hot, 5-0.
They did.
They're smacking the ball pretty good. They're
They're
starting to
eight and
get
two.
healthy. They're 8-2. So power rank is, where are your thoughts right now? At the beginning, we play 162 games. So what is different for you? Is it Mike Trout starting out hot? Is it Bryce Harper finally catching fire? You can go individual or team. What are you thinking right now? I know Houston's got a pitching staff in their back pocket. We witnessed that already with the no hitter, the no, real early in the season. Marshentime, what's on your mind when it comes to baseball right now?
The one I want to talk about is the Pirates. The Pirates, man, have really come on strong so far this beginning of this year. Their bats have been alive. Yeah. Their pitching hasn't been the strongest, but their bats have been really, really strong. Like, they're hitting the ball better than any team in the major leagues right now. If you go watch the Pirates, and it's fun to watch. They're putting across runs, and they really surprised me. And they're in a tough division. And they're 8-2.
They're in a very tough division right now.
So the Pirates are surprising me. 100%. If they keep it up right now, I can see them making a good run.
And you know what, Marshentime, not to be a spoiler here, but one of my favorite pitchers of all time, he started with the Cincinnati Reds, and the Cuban defected pitcher that holds the record for MLB fastball right now, clocked in the clocked era with 105 mile an hour, is Aroldis Chapman. They added him in the back end of that bullpen, and now we're talking about Pittsburgh. That makes them much more dangerous if they get the lead, because guys still got some smoke in the tank, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's 100% accurate. Do I think he's going to make that big of a difference? I don't know. I mean, he's getting up there in age, so give him a little bit of break. But he's still got a lot. He's got a lot in the tank still, I think. But I don't know how well he's going to be that crazy. But
he's got a couple saves already this year, which is a positive for them. That's a very good positive for him.
Again, though, the Braves are doing their thing like always. We talked about the Rangers doing their thing. The Yankees kind of shocked me a little bit. I still think they're going to kind of falter, though, because the Yankees, I said this, I think they're going to be a good team, but they're not going to stay healthy. That was my whole thing, and I still don't think they're going to stay healthy. That's just how they are.
Aaron Judge looks good, though. My man dropped some weight. Stanton looks really.
And Judge look great, but
these are our two guys that we always question every year to point out your factor here. These are the two guys that are the heart of your lineup, and they're always ending up on the DL 15, 60 days, 30 days.
Them on the lineup. And the injuries are so bad. I mean, that's the Braves are dealing with. Spencer Strider now, their ace, going down on a 15-day UL with a sprain, I think a UCL or something. So it's dangerous. Those injuries can cause lots of issues. The only good thing for the Braves is they have so many other backup players that it doesn't matter. The Yankees don't. So that's where I think the big issue is for the Yankees. The Yankees have these big hitters in their lineup that, they paid so much for. And if they're not there to help them, they're just not going to be the same team. They're going to stick on this streak until somebody gets hurt, and that's when I want to see if the Yankees can hold up.
Well, that's going to be the biggest question, especially when you got teams like the Boston Red Sox that started off just as hot as they did, Marshentime. Yeah. The Red Sox are at 7-3, right behind them at 8-2. You still got the defending champs and Orioles right behind them at 5-4. We play 162 games a year. Yeah, they're 4-2 at home right now. They're playing really good at home. So when the Yankees got to go to Baltimore, to Camden Yards, I really want to see that. I really do.
Yeah, like I said, there's still a lot of games to go. And we'll see. It's hard to kind of do power rankings at the moment. But I'm excited to see what happens. If the Yankees stay healthy, I can see them making a healthy, good run in the playoffs. If they stay healthy.
Big if.
That's a huge if. It's not a big if. It's a huge if. So.
Wait, let's move on to American League Central then. You got the Guardians at the top of that division. Tigers and Royals follow them up at 6-3, 6-4. Right now, they're playing ball. They're 7-2 on the road right now. And they've only had road games to start the season. They have not played at home.
That's crazy.
That's going to be interesting.
That is crazy. I just realized that's absolutely insane. But yeah, they're 7.78 win percentage. They're plus 32 in run differential, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, they've been hitting the ball really, really well. Right now, against the spread, parlays, against the spread, Cleveland, put them on your ticket right now because they're hot.
53 runs. Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. That's is nuts. It is absolutely nuts.
But I don't run differential. That's
I don't
crazy. Hey?
expect that to hang around because
No, you
know,
can't.
them starting off as hot as they did was very surprising because they let go a couple of big sluggers in the offseason. But Detroit was the biggest surprise to me in this division right here. They're a young team. They're up and coming. If they can
Listen,
get
we
on a roll
talked
and
about
stick
them,
with
man,
it,
making the playoffs. So
yeah. Yeah, we did.
So
A matter of fact, you brought that up.
I
That
did.
was your sleeper in that division right there, and they're sticking true to it right now. I'm a Kansas City Guardians guy right now, but the Tigers are looking very impressive to start it off. Let's go down to American League West. You got the Rangers leading it off. Angels is the biggest
Which
surprise to
we
me in this division right now at
eh,
5-4,
listen.
and that's a lot to do with their All Star Mike Trout starting off hot.
That's pretty much the only reason it has. And
That's
Mike
it.
Trout, I mean, he can do so much, but he's not going to keep it up, man. I love Mike Trout. He's not going to keep it up. I mean, they actually have a negative 12 run differential, and they're still
I
5-4.
know.
Don't get
They
overhyped
got
with
good
it, man. I'm
pitching.
sorry, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I don't
That's
see
the
him doing
biggest
much.
surprise.
So
Houston at 3-7, holding up the bottom of that division down there.
yeah,
That's
I've
kind of
seen that.
scary for
Houston,
them.
well, Houston and Oakland, yeah,
Yep.
but Oakland is, whew, they're not the strong right now. And to be fair, the Mariners are not that close to him either. They're both 4-6 with a minus 21 run differential.
Well, yeah,
I
minus
mean,
20, but Seattle's just like Seattle. Their pitching has been phenomenal. They've got no offense right now. They've got
yeah,
none. It's
31 runs.
non-existent.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a problem with a lot of these. That's the problem with the Chicago White Sox too.
Yep.
16 runs scored. That's just dismal.
That'll give you a 1-8 record. That
Pretty
you damn
much.
sure do.
Pretty much.
That's kind of what you got going on with the Marlins right now over in the National League
Yeah,
East.
yeah.
Braves, as we expected, are at the top of that division.
I mean, that's. I don't think you're going to see anything different with that. The Braves are going to win that division. We said it before. I
Yeah.
don't see them. I don't see any team coming back and taking the division from them. The Phillies may have a chance to get close to them. I don't see them taking it. And the Marlins they haven't even won a game at home yet. You played 7 games at home and you ain't won a game.
They got to go on the road.
Listen, the first 3 games against the Pirates, they were leading that game. They were leading almost every single game. They ended up losing every single game because the bullpen has just been horrible.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong, we haven't put up a lot of runs the last couple of games. The first 3 games, we were putting up runs and we just couldn't stop them from scoring. So we'll see what the bullpen does, man. I mean, and obviously we don't have our ace yet. Sandy's still going to be coming back pretty soon, hopefully pretty soon. I think he's not supposed to come back for another month. But when he comes back, I'm hoping that helps out the Miami Marlins and maybe carries us a little bit stronger.
Josh Bell hasn't really fired up yet neither. They need that offense to start smacking some balls. Going to the Central, we've already talked about that.
Yep,
Pittsburgh at 8-2 with the Brewers, Cubs, and the Reds following them up. That division is very, very tight all the way to the bottom. Cardinals are my surprise in that division. I took them to kind of make some noise this year. They're not out of it yet, and I still kind of expect that.
Like I said, nobody is out of it yet.
Nobody.
Anybody can turn this around. Baseball is very easy to turn around very quickly. So don't expect anything, surprise if any one of these teams come back and make a huge comeback.
I wouldn't either. In that division, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, 2 or 3 of those teams pushing for the playoffs.
And again, the West is surprising is the Diamondbacks. They're not really starting off strong, but they are 4-3 at home. They have a good run differential. They
can't win on the road.
3 games on the road. So,
no. Yep, they can't win on the road.
I don't know who they played on the road either. So,
well, we saw that in the playoffs too. They struggled a little bit more on the road, but when they were at home, they were a very,
wait a minute
very
here.
dangerous
They
team.
played the Braves on the road here. Let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes here. They played the Braves on the road, so you know what? I'm giving them a break, and they were close games every single one. 6-5, 9-8, and 5-2.
Braves
so they were all close games.
Home, so.
Exactly.
All
so you know what?
Games,
let's pump the brakes here. I didn't know that's who they played, man. I'm pumping the brakes real fast. Never mind.
Man, in order to be one of the better teams in the league, you've got to win at least one of a 3-game set against a team like that. So Arizona better shape it up because that ain't
162 game season. You set it up like 10 times.
You damn right.
That's exactly what it is. So we're not going to call nothing bad here. So.
Look at the top of the division. That's exactly where that money-making payroll should be at 8-4. They have been relatively impressive. They have.
Yeah,
They've been on fire on offense, and I'll give them that. Freddie
Freeman needs to shape it up, though.
They do. They're going to get in trouble if they keep hanging that out there like that. They're going to get in trouble. The Rockies, man, they're just going to be the
They're the
Rockies.
Rockies. They're just the
We
Rockies.
don't have
That's as simple as
Troy
that.
Tulowitzki and Trevor Story. We don't have these guys back over in Colorado. We need Ubaldo Jimenez back. We need these guys back, man.
Guys all come out of retirement, man. Maybe you'll win a couple games. Oh man.
Got to go get Ryan Klesko back again, or Todd
Jesus.
Helton.
Yeah, there we go. Todd Helton. We need Todd Helton back.
Helton.
That guy's like in his 50s now, isn't he? 60s?
He'd still give him a shot.
Listen, what else you want to talk about, Donnie Mac? What else we going to go through here?
Well, obviously, we got to shoot over to the NBA real quick because we're getting close to that NBA play-in right now.
Listen, Thursday night, we're getting Alkaline Battery in here, buddy. We're getting the Energizer. We're getting him over here. We're making him do it. I don't care if we have to go and grab him and tie him down. We're getting him in here. We're going to talk NBA because it's going to be playoff time, baby. It's coming right up. We got to do it, man. We got to do it.
Yeah, you know what, Marshentime, I'm glad you brought that up because we really need to get him in here. He's got a lot of knowledge when it comes to basketball. And you get that guy and you really set him down and you start talking to him. He knows a lot of things. He does. He's been watching basketball. He's been involved with basketball his entire life. We got to get the Energizer session going, man. We really 100%. Do. We're gonna put the pressure on this guy. We're gonna get the NBA guru in here, guys. So hold out hope for us on Thursday night before we go live that we can get the Energizer Bunny in here.
Yeah, we getting them in here. We're getting him in here. I don't care if we have to force him in here. We're getting him in here.
We'll get you some good NBA stats. Talk about it, kick it around a little bit before the big tournament kicks off. But as far as the play-in, it looks like Miami has slid down that roster a heck of a lot of ways right there.
Yeah, they were up in the 60s.
What did I tell you about New York? What did I tell you about New York? New York has climbed their butt all the way up to number 4. But look at your Orlando Magic. Look where they are sitting. They've got the best defensive in the East right now, and they're applying it. Paulo Banchero is playing like an MVP right now, Marshentime. I like your shots in a slot number 3 like that in the East. You got a shot to win an NBA championship, buddy.
Hey, man, I just want to point out about, mid-season, you said the Orlando Magic
they were going to fall out
to crack.
Yep, I did. That's exactly what I said. That's why I'm so excited about that.
Has shut your mouth. He has said, no more Donnie Mac crap. He's toeing in. He's showing up. He's like, hey, Donnie Mac, look at me now, boy. Hey, man, he's proving you wrong. I love it. This guy is a great player, man. And he's really changed the Magic. So
got no room for error if you're Orlando Magic, but you do have the opportunity to take over that number 2 slot also. So you're tied at 46 apiece with New York and Cleveland all the way to number 5, and you got Indiana at 45 wins right behind them. So that's become a real close race. And you got Philadelphia on the cut line right behind Indiana with 44 wins. Indiana's got 45 with Joel Embiid coming back. Philadelphia's been playing really well.
But they're on a 5-game winning streak. So I mean, I'm still a little hesitant about that right now.
Well, they got fined $100,000 for withholding.
I feel like they should have been more. I think there should have been more investigation.
It should have been more. Honest. Yeah, it should have been.
I feel like there should have been, a suspension or something going on with some of the front office. So, but hey, I'm not, the NBA executive, so.
Yeah, we'll get more of this on live on Thursday night, but. We're going to slide over to the West here real quick. We're going to take a quick gander of that. Got Minnesota and Denver tied at the top at 54 apiece. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hasn't been playing here lately for Oklahoma City Thunder. That could be worrisome. But if you're LA Clippers right behind them, you've fallen 3 games behind them in slot number 4. And Dallas Mavericks are hot right now. They're 9-1 in the last 10.
They're putting up some points, man.
They are putting up some points, and they're playing really good. They're in jeopardy of taking over that 4th position also. Phoenix, New Orleans Pelicans has dropped like 4 maybe 3 slots. I think they were in 4th or 5th the last time we had this conversation. They've dropped all the way down into the play-in right now. They're 1 game ahead of Sacramento. Yeah, they're 1 game ahead of Sacramento. So you got Golden State, Los Angeles going to square up in the play-in, and then right now you're looking at New Orleans and Sacramento going to square up in the play-in. Phoenix is tied with New Orleans, but they've climbed their way out of that play-in spot.
Nice. Hey. I'm ready to see it, man. I'm ready for the play-in. I want to see what happens. I want to talk about it a little bit, and I
Me
want to
too.
see if Chef Steph and LeBron go at it. I want to see who comes out on top because you know what, these two guys are getting a little bit older in their careers. They're getting a little past their primes, but
Two Hall of
when the
Famers,
playoff
Marshentime.
comes, I want to see which two players show up because if those two players show up, that can be a spectacular
Well,
game.
just like the other night, why Golden State was ever able to pull it off without Draymond Green, but the other night, within the first minute, he got ejected again. That's
Yeah.
going to be one of the most important factors.
Uh,
Golden State cannot win without that guy. They cannot win without that guy. Not in a 7-game set against anybody. Not in a 1-game set against anybody.
yeah. No, that's. I mean, one game I could see them pulling off because Steph Curry can go off any night, anytime.
Not against the Lakers or not.
Listen, man.
Not the way Anthony Davis has been playing. He's been playing like a perennial all-star.
Yeah,
This
until they
guy,
played the Wolves and then they got absolutely demolished.
yeah, without Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know how well he, I mean, I'm just saying.
Anthony
So
Davis is playing absolutely exceptional ball. Whether or not that gives them the edge, I don't think they beat Golden State. If Golden State keeps Draymond on the floor, I think Golden State still got the tools to make it happen. I do.
we'll see what happens. It's
But
coming.
I still think LA and their defense, man, they've got a real shot in this tournament, just like they did 2 years ago.
Hey, man, it's coming. We're going to see what happens. And I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
So, the play-ins are always fun because that brings the most out of everybody. So, why is my thing going off? Okay, we're good. But that's what I'm excited about. I want to see, the Heat always are the same thing. In the playoffs, playoff Jimmy comes out. I haven't seen playoff Jimmy yet. I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he comes to play.
I believe I called Miami one of my most dangerous teams in the East over there. They're starting to scare me too. They're starting to scare me too.
So it's, I mean, I'm hoping something happens. We need it.
Yep. New York gets OG Anunoby back. That's the only shot they got, unless or else they're going to fall out of that spot they're in. Jalen Brunson is very, very good. He's playing exceptionally well right now. I don't think he can carry him in a 7-game set. He's not going to be able to do it by himself.
No, I agree with that. They don't have the chance, I don't think, to pull it off.
There's only 2 guys I've ever witnessed be able to do that by themselves in my lifetime. That was Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Yeah,
only 2 guys I've ever seen do it.
So, yeah, 2 guys that are just built different. So no, we're not going into that. And again, there's no GOAT debate still. So when Energizer gets in here, we're gonna grill him on the GOAT just for fun because we have some discussions about that every time. So
yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that because neither one of those 2 guys is his GOAT.
Nope, neither one. Anything else you want to talk about real fast before we go? Actually, there is one thing I gotta talk about. We gotta talk about Valorant real quick, man.
Oh yeah, you did catch a few matches of that yesterday.
Listen, yeah, Saturday, Sunday, week 1, Valorant starting to go off in the regular season now. Sentinels comes up with their win 2-0. NRG comes up with a huge win over Loud 2-0. Cloud9 with this changed up team finally beats Leviathan 2-1. G2 destroys EG 2-0. And then Crew just beats Fury at 2-1 tonight. So all those teams have finally won their first game. It's time to see what happens.
And NRG, you said that they beat NRG 2-0 like that? They just swept
No,
like
G2
that?
beat EG.
EG, okay. Oh yeah. EG. Oh man, wow, they beat EG that big time.
Mm-hmm.
We clashed a little bit on this. We tossed it back and forth this afternoon. As far as Sentinels goes, that's exactly what we expected from them starting off the season. But
luckily for them, John QT got to come back because he was almost not there. He had visa problems and was stuck in Morocco. He actually got there like a couple hours before the match and got to play.
Wow. So they got lucky on that one right there. But Cloud9 to me, after the group you just mentioned right there, that's probably I'd like to see them complete a good season, man. I really do.
Listen, Cloud9 had a good match against Leviathan. That match was a great epic match. That was the only really close match there was. Because that went into quadruple overtime. Finally, for C9 to win that match. It was awesome. Oxy played his heart out. That kid is going to be the rookie the rookie of the year for this season. I
That's
love
why
the
I
kid.
said
He's good. I love Oxy. Oxy, keep it going, man. You're so cool. You're so down to earth. I love listening to the comps that you guys do. So it's so much fun to listen to.
I
The
like
same thing with
Cloud9.
Sentinels, of course. Sentinels,
Yeah.
it's just built different. I love Sentinels, of course, because tens, you're a good guy, man. So
That's
keep it
why
up.
that's always my favorite squad right there, Sentinels, and that's why I like Cloud9 because of Oxy. I really want to see a really good season from them. But as far as these first matchups go, what's your real outlook for this season?
NRG's dangerous. The way they put Loud in the place, man, NRG can be a very, very dangerous team. I think they finally got that IGL situation figured out.
Okay.
NRG may come out and try to, be a danger. I mean, they're supposed to be a dangerous team. They have all the pieces.
They made
They
the
have the
moves.
ice.
Yeah.
They have Iceman Mark. They have Demon One, the
Demon.
best player in the world. They have Ethan, who's a great, initiator. They have all the pieces. They just didn't have an IGL. I think they're figuring it out without the IGL, man. If NRG does, whew, I'm ready for the NRG Sentinels match. I just want that match. I don't care about the rest.
NRG was my favorite going into that tournament before we went to Madrid. I think I voiced that a couple of times because of Demon One. I thought it was going to happen faster than what it actually is if they are getting it together right now without the IGL. But like you said, Demon One, that's why I was so high on this team. After they had put these guys together, I'm like, oh my God, look at that squad. On paper, that is the best squad.
No, 100%. I mean, and in the EMEA one, Fnatic is falling apart. Fnatic hasn't won a match. Wow. I'm a little bit scared. I don't know what's going on. These guys were at the top of their game just 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, by far they were the top of the game. But it seems like everybody's figured them out. They took away their favorite map. They took away Haven. And Fnatic is just falling off the face of the earth.
Well,
I'm so scared. I don't know.
These are professionals, Marshentime, man. You give these squads long enough time to study your gameplay, they're going to figure it out. They're going to figure out how to stop you. I mean, that goes for any squad that you've been playing. This is football throughout any sports. It does not matter. Enough time. When it's enough, it's enough.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it seems like. So, but I'm still not counting Fnatic out. I'm still not counting them out. Boaster is still one of the greatest IGLs. Don't count him out. I could still see him coming back and making a strong run. It's just the beginning of the regular season, so they still have plenty of chances to get that world championship.
You're talking about Fnatic getting their butt kicked like that too. I mean, look at Loud. I mean, they're starting out. They're starting out pretty bad too. So yeah, these are two of your biggest squads, Loud, Fnatic. I mean, they're no slouch. I mean, like you said, 6 months ago, these two squads right here were on top of their game. They were battling out in the in the Valorant Tournament of Champions 2023.
Yeah, and they were, and Fnatic ended up beating them 3-2 because they came back and won the last map. They cleaned it, reverse sweep. So, but that's all I want to talk about. I just wanted to throw that in there. Finally getting to start the regular season is exciting. It's going to be exciting for next week. It's every weekend now, so it's kind of cool. I'm excited for it. Now,
but if
what we got to do, though.
Now, before we do that, though, if you guys are not familiar with 863 Sports Buzz, all our viewers out there with our TikTok page, you have to go check that out because Marshentime just put him a lineup on there, and he looked so good until he come down to the quarterback. And
to the final pick. The final pick ruined it for me.
Now, let me ask you a quick question, guys. I'm not going to spoil this lineup. Go over there on TikTok. Check out 863 Sports Buzz, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So, Marshentime chose from all your main categories on offense, a defensive squad, and a substitute on defense. You can add a big prime player in there, and he put it all on Madden 2024, and then he simulated it. Now, what I will say is his quarterback was the weakest spot of his whole team. That's all I'm going to say. Now, let me ask you this now for these guys to go check it out. If hindsight's always 20/20, but if you had to go back, would you take Jameis Winston instead of Derek Carr?
Honestly, I probably should have. I probably would have had a better chance. Man, it was horrible.
Go check out
Ruined
our
my thing.
TikTok, guys. We're going to do more and more of these videos. We're getting some pretty cool stuff on there,
Uh,
guys. Go check it out. And in the meantime, I'm going to put something together for you guys so you can check it out this week sometime.
yeah, that was heartbreaking. So moving on, we're going on to Drain the Lake.
Let's do
We're
it.
going to the Harris chain, man.
We're going to the Harris chain,
You
man.
know we got to do it. So I'm gonna bring up my thing here. Let me see if I can share my screen here so everybody can see it on. We can
So
see
the
all the
Harris
picks.
chain, I'll start talking about this real quick. The Harris chain this weekend is calling for some very very nasty weather, guys. So
Crazy weathers.
this could change. This could change a lot of things. So our picks are going to kind of be based around that weather differential that we got
100%.
going on up there in Harris chain in Leesburg. So
And I
without
know
further
if
ado, we got
I don't
eight
know if Danny
anglers.
here's here or Fast Eddie or Austin. If you guys are all here, let us know what you guys
Yeah,
think,
pitch in,
man.
man.
Come on, we got to hear something.
You guys got to
Me
pitch
and
in.
Donnie Mac are always going to be here. We're always going to talk about it, but we want to hear everybody else's opinion, so I can yell at Donnie Mac, when he's wrong. So
I will tell you this: I did not take Jason Christie for the classic, um, so it was a good head start there on that one. I did
yeah,
not
yeah.
take. I did not take none of your top big names in our last contest,
No, we really didn't. We
which
didn't really take any huge names. We still have
so
John
it did
Cox,
bode
Drew
well
Cook.
for
We
me.
have
Yep.
Drew Ben still, Stetson Blaylock, Keith Combs. Even I mean, we still have some big names in here. We even have
Do
Scott
they
Martin still
really?
here.
Do they really have? Oh, okay. So they don't break this one. Okay, never mind. We're just choosing top eight anglers on Drain the Lake.
Eight
I was
anglers,
looking at.
man. Drain Lake.
So start us off, Marshentime. Who are you thinking right now, man? Are you going to reach back there in the bucket and grab you a winner?
Listen, man. I want to go with somebody that's been consistent all year so far, and here he is right here. Cooper Gallant has been so consistent. He's learned to use a jerkbait. The pan optics may not be a big factor, but I see Cooper Gallant having a good. I mean, the guy is placed in the top 10 in 2 or 3 tournaments. He's been in the
Yeah.
top 50. He's been in the
Yep.
top 35. I feel like he's a good pick this week for a tournament that may be a little bit different than what we first expected. I think the jerkbait bite may be good. I think a buzz bait may be an option this week. I think something disturbance on the top is going to bring something to that. Maybe after the first day. First day is supposed to be extra windy. I don't see that being a great topwater day, but the next day is supposed to calm down. It's supposed to be a little bit colder in the mornings, warm up in the afternoon. I could see a buzzbait getting that some action, man. What do you think?
Yeah. Uh, I think you can find calmer water and you can still throw something like a spook or a sexy dog in that first day because this is the chain. It does spread out and there's a
It
lot of
does.
cover on a couple of these little lakes over there. So one of these anglers get in the right spot, they might find the mother lode. But right now, Cooper Gallant, yeah, I'm definitely on board with you right now. His
Okay.
history speaks for itself. He's ranked number 3 right now in the Bassmaster Series.
Yep.
He's finished in the top 53 times. He's finished in the top 25 3 times, and he's been in the top 10 twice.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
mean,
go with a hot hand. You've only got 4.5%, not even four
that's
and a
what I'm
half
thinking,
percent
man.
of the field picking this guy. We got to sign Cooper up for this one, man.
He signed up. Listen, let me know where you want to go now. Let me know. You want to go up? You want me to go down? Where do you want me to go, buddy? Who are you
Uh,
seeing now? It's your pick
Right
this time.
now, I've got one angler really at the top of my mind, and he just won
Okay.
the Classic. I think we would make a
Ooh.
grave mistake if we do not include Justin Hamner in on this Drain the Lake this week. He is on fire.
I'm
What
pretty sure we already picked Justin Hamner.
did we take him
I'm
already?
pretty sure we did, man.
We might have.
Yeah, we did. I think we picked him last week.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we picked him for the classic.
Man, I like his
So
chances. He's on fire right now. So now that he's not available, I'm going to go back old school with you right now. And he's one of my guys that I believe is going to finish in the top 10 of this tournament,
okay.
Marshentime. I'm talking about Stetson Blaylock. I think Stetson Blaylock, he's been hanging around. He hasn't been, making a hell of a lot of noise, but he's been
Hey, one
hanging
top
around.
10, two top 25s, three. I mean, he's still in the top 50 every tournament. That's
He's
pretty good,
doing
man.
very, very well. And this might be a tournament that he shines on. He's very good in Florida. Very, very good in
I
Florida.
agree with that. I 100% agree. I like Stetson Blaylock. I mean, he could be a very change. He could be a change of the pace kind of guy. He's had good,
That's my
tournaments every
favorite to
single
win
time.
this one.
Let's go, man. Stetson
Yep.
Blaylock. I'm putting him in. We're locking him in. We're locking him in. We're going with it.
Lock it in.
Locked it in, man.
Lock
We're
it
going
in.
with it. Let's see. Where was my next guy that I got to scroll down here? Where's he at? Oh, where did he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I'm thinking
Patrick. Luke
no,
Palmer.
No, I'm not thinking Luke Palmer, man. I'm thinking Brandon.
Brandon, yeah,
I'm thinking Brandon.
That was my next one. Though we don't need to talk about this at all. I think this is.
You think the same thing? You feeling the same thing, man? All right,
yes, sir,
I like
do.
it. I like it. All
I
right,
love Brandon Palaniuk. I think this might be a comeback tournament for him. He's been poking around that top 20 mark a couple of times.
Close to top 10 both times, but he just hasn't put it in there.
You've only got 3%, 3.5% riding on his coattails this week. I think he's going to have a very good tournament. He's quietly ranked number 21 in the Bassmaster Series right now. Quietly.
Just wanted to, that's you seen where I was going with it, so I like it.
I like it.
Where's your next one you want to go to, man?
I need you to scroll down to the anglers we've already picked real quick. Let me see who we got on there and who we don't. Because I'm going to roll it back with you one more time.
Canterbury, Card, Cherry, Cobb, Fujita, G, Gross, Hackney, Hamner, Ito, Johnston, Lee, Livesay, Milliken, New, Rivet, Sukup, Walters, and Clark, which I was very annoyed with because he had a horrible night that I picked when we picked him.
This is a sleeper for us, and you've already got Brandon Card down there, right?
Yes, Brandon Card's already
been most everybody I like in this tournament, we've already picked them. But here's one, and this might be a sleeper way, way, way down there now. And he's made absolutely no noise right now. He's ranked like 102nd in the tournament right now in the Bassmaster field. And I'm talking about John Cruz. We haven't heard from this guy. He's traditionally really, really good in the state of Florida. Okay. He does very, very good on the Harris chain. He could be a sleeper. Like I said, he's made no noise at all right now in the Bassmaster Series. If he's going to make any, it's going to be in this tournament right here.
Okay. I mean, if you want to go John Cruz, we'll go in John Cruz, buddy.
I like the Miss Albait Pro.
Like you say, buddy.
He's a puncher guy. He's a puncher.
You say a duck can pull a boat, I'm going to hooking him up. Listen, man. I'm going to go, to a Florida guy because I think this is going to be a jerkbait thing now. I'm going to be honest, man. I see Scott Martin having a good tournament here, but since 56% of the people have picked him, I want to skip him and hold him for next week.
You think
we're going to go back to St. John's River.
Or, yeah.
I'm thinking either Palaniuk or I'm thinking you talked about him before in Palmer. I think, or not Palmer. Why did I say Palmer for? I don't even know why I said Palmer. And
that's a good
Jay
one.
Jay
Porosnik.
Not
Jacob. Yeah,
I was thinking Jacob. I'm going to be honest, man.
Well, he's a power fisherman. He's a shallow water power fisherman.
This is what worries me. Is this lake... Is it going to be dirty because of the winds? Is it going to be cleaner? Is it going to be deeper water fishing? Is it going to be shallow water fishing? I feel like we should cover both covers, and that's why I'm thinking Jacob. I mean, I don't mind Jay either. I feel like we put Jay in this tournament as well.
But Jay's quietly in the top 10 too.
I'm feeling we put Jacob in this one, man. I'm telling you, not many people pick either one of these guys. I feel like we do both of them. What do you think?
I'm okay with Jacob because if it does get onto a shallow water bite, there's no better guy that I'd rather have. Jacob Porosnik with a frog in the shallow water. If he finds a bed, this guy's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to stick with Jay too?
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer right now. Top 8 right now. He's 3 top 50s, 3 top 25s, and a top 10. He's quietly making noise.
So we still have Kyle Patrick out here. We still have some
what I love about Jay Porosnik's only 5% of the people in the field's taking him.
That's what I'm thinking. Like some of these guys, man, like Corey Johnston. Look at this. Only 4.8 people. He's finished in the top 50 every time. Yeah. Cody Huff 8.1. The people aren't looking at the hot hands for some reason. I don't understand it.
Look at Derek Hundle.
Like I love the hot hands.
You got Will Davis Jr. still on our board. I like that guy. I love me some Will Davis, man. The guy can fish. The guy can fish. All I'm saying is we got a choice.
But he's up to 11, man. He's up to 11. So do you want to take it?
11. I guess I'm not the only one liking this guy right now.
I mean, what shocks me is John Cox is at 51.
51.
I mean, don't get me wrong. John Cox always does well. He's a big power fisherman. But
Drew Cook's at 32.
Yeah, I mean, again,
There's a
these guys
sleeper
are
at the
thinking it's
top of
going to
your
be power
screen
fishing,
too.
man.
That guy won. Rick Clunn won this tournament in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Klein can always do something. I mean, the guy's
That's
been in
why he's
business for
got 10% of people picking him. That's
True, true.
exactly why, because he's won here before.
He's my problem with Rick Klein. Can he hold up the whole tournament nowadays? The
Oh,
guy is older, and I mean, I love the guy. He's still a guy that's always been
they
there.
said the same thing in 2016.
True,
Marshentime,
true,
he sacked two
true.
9-pound
100%,
giants on the
100%,
final
man.
day.
100%. But
I like Joey Cifuentes in this position too. He
Joey
hasn't make any
Cementos, yeah,
noise.
it's not
Yeah,
bad. How many more do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 6 so far. So we got 2 more picks. Remember,
6.
we got to
Got
save
2
some
more to
for
go.
some bigger tournaments. Later on, we got St.
Yep.
John's coming up, and I think that's where we stick with for Scott Martin. I'm gonna be honest.
St.
Scott Martin
John's,
and
yeah.
John Cox. I feel like we stick with them for the St. John's. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Let's go down. Will Davis wouldn't be a bad pick. Jacob Fouts.
That's a
Top
good one.
30 both
Austin
times.
Felix right above him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wesley Gore.
Oh,
Not
that's a
horrible.
good one.
Yeah.
David Gatson. Yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Even Gustafson. 2.7%. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty low. That's for a guy that's, sneakily up there in the 23rd spot.
Yeah.
That's
That's
pretty,
true.
right, if we want to go with a hot hand. But again, we talked about Cody Huff before. I feel like it's a good tournament. He's riding hard. He's a young kid. I think he's going to do well in this tournament because I think it's going to, take a little bit of searching for these fish.
He's quietly ranked number 12 right now too, so I think that's okay. I'm
okay
perfectly okay with taking Cody right now, Cody.
Okay. Funny guy. Now, one more pick. Donnie Mac, where you want to go, man?
Man, this is a tough one. A lot of people jumping on Cody Krieger there. I've seen that.
I've seen, yeah.
He's a Florida guy though. That's why. That's the only reason why.
Scott Martin, the 56.2 is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I think you just found the guy right there, Trey McKinney.
Trey McKinney, yeah.
Trey McKinney. He looks very consistent. Not a lot of people's chosen him. I mean, if I have to go off on my list, we'd put Rick Clunn on there. But most everybody I've got on, my favorites for mine, we've already chalked them off of our list in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So,
well, I was thinking about look at Luke Palmer down here, man.
Luke Palmer's 2.6. He's another Canadian,
or even Kyle Patrick. But see, he's he's from New York. I don't know if he's going to be. I don't know, man.
Oklahoma.
So do we go Luke Palmer or Kyle Patrick? Which one do you want to go with? Or even, do we stick with, Trey McKinney? Like, this is a tough one here. There's still some more Patch Slapper even. Hunter Shryock.
We haven't taken Hunter yet.
Still some big names coming left, man.
Hunter's a pretty good pick. I like him. Will Davis, I like him.
Yeah, I like Will Davis. Oh, Bernie, we could pick Bernie Schultz too,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got 30.9%. Just because he's from Florida.
I think we ride with Hunter, man. I mean, Hunter? He's been quietly doing his thing, and he's one of those guys that's just like his brother. He's pretty good in Florida.
Yeah, 100%. No,
he's quietly ranked number 16 Marshentime. I did not realize he was 16 right now.
He's been in the top 50 both times.
Wow.
Top 25
Check
twice.
out Hunter.
I think he finished 11th in one tournament. So yeah, I'm for him, man.
I think we throw a Hunter in there. He's doing his thing, man.
And that should be all 8, right?
We're going with the final bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
90 pounds.
Listen, this is my issue.
If they cancel day one.
That's what I'm for. That's what I'm worried about here. I'm feeling like a 79-pound. That's where I'm feeling. Even if they have a 4-day wait, I don't know if they're going to make it because I think nobody's going to be able to duplicate a huge day. I'm feeling 79, 8, maybe 80. But what are you thinking, man? What are you thinking?
That's it. I say we go about 60 pounds because if we're the least weight and we're the closest and it comes to a tiebreaker, we might be able, if they cancel day one. If they don't cancel day one, then we're going to be out of the running.
Yeah, then you're pretty much done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. So Yeah, maybe go 80 pounds in the middle. Meet them in the middle. If they cancel day one, we can get a high weight total. Or if they don't, then we can get a low weight total in 4 days.
True. So we're going to go with 80 pounds? Or should we go a little bit lower? Maybe like a 77 or 78? I'm trying to think, because you said 60. You said 60 for
well, that's
3
undershooting.
days.
That's undershooting.
Okay, that's undershooting.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's undershooting by at least 10
pounds. And then
pounds.
You said 90. So what's the middle of that? I don't even know what the middle of that is.
I'd say a 3-day total is probably going to be 68 pounds, probably 70 pounds on a 3-day total. I think a 4-day total is 87 pounds, 90 pounds. Why I say 90 is because I'm overshooting a hair, just just to be on the safe side if we got the highest total.
Okay, so we want to go in the middle, so about 80 pounds. What you're saying? Listen, I'm trying to
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out what you said. 98. You said 70. You said 68. You said 89. The middle's about 70.
Let's go 777. 77 pounds and 7 ounces.
I like it. That's an interesting one.
777. 77.7.
I don't know if they're going to cancel it. I don't see them canceling it.
They have before.
I think it's just 100%. You know, if it gets bad enough, I expect them to. Angler safety to me should be the number one thing. So if it's not safe, don't send them out.
Absolutely, 100%. I fully support that, and we all remember what happened down on Lake Okeechobee with Nick Kaler back in the FLW day. So that's exactly why you do not do that. And Bassmaster is one of the circuits that will cancel in a heartbeat. They will not think twice about it. But what I would say about them possibly canceling it, where they're launching out of Ski Beach there on the north side of Lake Harris. Lake Harris is a pretty big lake. If they got a north wind or a south wind, it's going to be very, very noticeable. And if it looks that bad right there on Lake Harris, they're going to cancel it.
Yeah, and that's what they should do. Yeah. I mean, we all been out in rough waters. You don't want to be out in rough waters, especially when you're relying on a tournament to go win. You got to go because you have to go get your fish. You're going to go, especially for those guys, it's their livelihood. Mm-hmm. They're going to go and risk their stuff and go do what they need to do to get this tournament and win the tournament. I don't blame them.
Money's out.
So, but Bassmaster, you heard it. If it's not safe, don't do it, man. We're okay with it.
It's not worth it.
We like our fishermen, man. We want them all safe. We want them all coming back, and we want to see the weights. I'm going to try to be there Sunday. I've already decided I'm going Sunday. As long as nothing comes up, if anything comes up, then we'll have to figure it out. But I want to go Sunday, so.
There you got it. Marshentime is going to get us a live interview from one of the top 10 anglers.
At least I'm going to be there. I'm going to do something.
Make the stage.
If I'm not occupied doing something else, looking at something, I may be distracted. I'm going to be honest, but because I always like going through all the booths, I always like talking to everybody at the booths.
And the anglers are very, very down to earth. 100%.
Even the ones that don't make it, a lot of them still show up for that last day and talking to people. Man, I love that.
So get us an interview, Marshentime.
Well, definitely, I'll do my best to try to remember, man. I may get distracted, but I'll definitely have something coming out in July. If not, I'll definitely have the final weights. I'll go live for that just to get the final weight in there too.
That's awesome, dude. Yes, that's pretty cool. Do you want to watch a live weigh-in for us? Go live for us. That'd be pretty cool, Marshentime.
Donnie Mac, is there anything else we need to do before we sign it off for tonight? Let these ladies and gentlemen go home. We're going to try to get Energizer in here for you guys Thursday. If you like basketball, come back Thursday. He's a great guy. He's pretty knowledgeable. We will still give him crap, so don't worry. There will still be crap given, so you love it. It's never going to stop. I'm still going to give Donnie Mac crap like always because he's always wrong anyway.
It'll be very entertaining.
Anything else? We're good. We're ready to sign us off.
That's it, Marshentime.
Get us out of here.
Get us out of here. Said, guys, we'll be back on Thursday night at 7:30 live. We're going to have a small special NBA tournament play-in edition. Have the Energizer Bunny here. We'll be talking about basketball. Catch us then. Until then, Purdue plus the points to take home the title tonight. You heard it from Donnie Mac, 863 Sports Buzz Podcast.
Peace.